By the end of this video, you will have the knowledge to see spirits. Yes, you heard me. Spirits or dead people or beings from other dimensions or whatever it is that you want to call them. Okay? But before we do so, my name is Nondas and I help people around the world, just like you, discover their true potential, their powers that nobody taught them how to use. Yes, you are super human, and I put that in brackets, the human part, because even that is highly debatable. But before we begin, I strongly recommend that you subscribe and you hit the little bell icon. That way you get notified every time I upload a video or go live. Okay, so are you ready? Okay, so for this one, we first need to understand that our conditioning of how we see things doesn't necessarily make us realize what is really around us. Our eyes only see a fragment of what is around us. Very small fragment, okay? Which means that there's a whole world around you that you haven't discovered, because we have been conditioned to look a certain way with our eyes, to hear a certain way with our ears, and to sense things that we can't really pick up other things that are around us, right? So we must improve those senses, okay? So let's first start with your eyes. What I want you to do, and this is the exercise that you're going to be practicing, okay? You are to sit straight, okay? Standing or sitting, doesn't matter. Keep your eyes locked, straight ahead, okay? And as you keep your eyes locked, try not to blink. I know this is hard for a lot of people, but try not to blink, okay? Now, as you are doing this, start using your peripheral vision, okay? Your peripheral vision is the vision around this side, okay? When you start practicing this, okay, try it in a quiet room, first of all. You don't want distractions from other people or pets or anything like that, not even music playing, nothing. Just be in a quiet, silent room, okay? And as you are looking straight, and now you focus, you put your attention on your peripheral vision, you might see something come by, okay? Like a being, or an orb, or a full human, or a pet, an animal. Doesn't matter what. You might just see something come by. It might appear as if it is a shadow. It might appear as a light. It might appear as a ball, like an orb. It doesn't matter what the appearance is, okay? Now, the key to this, though, when you do notice something going by, you do not want to turn your head and look at it. Why? Simply because the minute you do this, your eyes are going to go back to what they're used to doing, looking at things in a certain way. Therefore, it's going to disappear from your vision, okay? Not that it wanted to disappear from your vision, it's just now, by turning your head, you can't sense that spirit there anymore, okay? So, the minute you see this, now it might not just be one, it might be multiple beings around you, okay? The minute you sense this, the first thing that you need to do is not be afraid. Drop your fears. And the reason for this is because the minute you develop that fear, what's going to happen? You're going to go right back to your looking around the normal way, and everything is going to disappear. These entities or beings or spirits cannot hurt you. Remember that, okay? So the reason for that is nothing can hurt you unless you subconsciously want something to hurt you. Okay, that's a universal law. Nothing can hurt you. So now, when you have discovered this being or beings or spirit or spirits, doesn't matter, could be multiple, you can simply ask out loud, what do they want? Why are you in this room with me? What is your purpose? okay, as you do this, don't be surprised if you hear something, okay? Now, this is the second part where you need to train your ears, okay? Sometimes you could hear a voice or a sound. Sometimes you will not, okay? The times that you will not, try to keep your mind clear. Why? Because when your mind is clear and not thinking of other stuff while you are doing this, you might be able to pick up a message, okay? Because spirits actually communicate telepathically with us, okay? So if you cannot hear a voice, okay, you might be able to pick something up, like you might sense a word, a sentence, a name, anything like that. Just pay attention to it. And yes, you can start having conversations. The more you do this, the more you practice this, the better you will become at it. And next thing you know, okay, you're going to be walking into rooms and you're going to be speaking to so-called ghosts. And I say so-called ghosts because a ghost is really just a being that's in a different dimension. That's all it is. That's what happens with people that die. They don't disappear, right? They just simply move on to a different dimension. And that is what you're picking up. You're picking up a different dimension, okay? So even the term death is wrong, actually. It's just a doorway that, you know, our loved ones have entered and they departed from this physical plane, but they're in a different dimension. And because they are in a higher dimension, they can see you, okay? They can communicate with you, but you need practice to see them and communicate with them, okay? That's what psychic mediums do. That's what, you know, all those people that see dead people do, okay? They connect with this different dimension that is around them. And in a lot of cases, some of these people, even at a very young age, they were able to connect with spirits. And the reason for that is because they simply, from a young age, didn't see things the way we were brought up to see, okay? They simply just expanded their vision, and that's what happened. They started seeing other entities, other beings, spirits. Yes, you can have a conversation. The conversations usually, if it comes in a form of telepathy, are going to be very, very quick. You got to pick up on them fast. Why? Because again, they are in a different dimension. They are vibrating higher, and as they are vibrating higher, the sound or the message that's going to come through might come in very, very fast. You got to be able to pick it up, okay? And you got to be able to understand that when it comes down at speeds like that, you need to slow it down yourself in order to make sense of it, okay? Try it out, and I guarantee you, you're going to see some amazing results. Again, just like anything else, it is practice, practice, and more practice, okay? The more you practice with this, the better you become at it. It is plain and simple. There's no shortcuts, okay? Unless from a very young child you were already conditioned to see things a certain way. For adults to pick this up, you need to practice, of course, because like I said, there's no shortcuts, okay? On that note, love and light to all. No matter what you do, be the greatest you. You can always leave me some comments here. Practice it and tell me if you, when you practice this, if you feel certain temperature shifts, or maybe you might feel goosebumps, okay? Know that goosebumps are totally normal. You're picking up, your body is actually picking up this communication, and that is why you're getting these goosebumps, okay? Nothing to fear, nothing to worry about, okay? If you must, because for whatever reason you don't trust the process, you can, before you start this, you can envision yourself in a white light surrounding you, like a white ball, and fill this ball with energy. How do you do that? You just simply see a light within that ball, and feel the love and the warmth in that ball, and you are protected. All right? Love and light. Let me know how this worked out for you. Bye for now.